Some true horror stories don't begin with monsters. They begin with phone calls no one believes. On April 22, 1987, in Chicago's Grace Abbott Homes, part of the ABLA housing projects, a 52-year-old woman named Ruthie Mae McCoy called 911. Her voice was frantic. She told the operator that someone was trying to break into her apartment. Not through the door, not through the window, through her bathroom medicine cabinet. She insisted someone was coming through the wall. Police were dispatched. They checked the exterior. They saw no forced entry. They left. But what officers didn't fully understand or failed to take seriously was the architecture of the building itself. The apartments were built back to back. Behind many bathroom medicine cabinets was a shared maintenance crawl space. If someone removed the cabinet from one unit, they could crawl through the hollow wall and enter the neighboring apartment's bathroom. No broken locks, no shattered glass, just drywall and darkness. Hours later, neighbors reported hearing a gunshot. When police returned and forced entry into McCoy's apartment, they found her dead, shot, alone. Her medicine cabinet had been removed from the wall. If true horror stories like this keep you watching, make sure you subscribe to Nightroot Horror, because some of the most terrifying stories aren't fiction. They actually happened, and the deeper we dig into them, the stranger they become. Investigators confirmed it. The entry point wasn't the front door, it wasn't a window, it was the hollow void behind the bathroom. The architecture had created a vulnerability, a hidden passage built directly into the structure. 2 men were later charged in connection with her death. Both had prior records. Prosecutors alleged they used the crawl space to enter apartments undetected, but the case was thin. Evidence was limited, witness accounts conflicted, and ultimately, the charges were dropped due to lack of sufficient evidence. No one was convicted for Ruthie Mae McCoy's murder. Her 911 call became a chilling record, a woman describing the exact method of her own attack before anyone believed her. The most disturbing detail? She wasn't imagining it. Someone really could come through the wall. In the years that followed, the story circulated through Chicago. A killer in the walls, a presence in the mirrors, a figure that could enter through medicine cabinets. Urban legend has a way of reshaping truth. In 1992, the horror film Candyman was released, based loosely on Clive Barker's story, but influenced by real stories emerging from Chicago's housing projects, including this one. In the film, the killer appears in mirrors. In reality, a woman was killed through one. The scariest part isn't the myth, it's the design flaw. The idea that the walls around you might not be solid, that the cabinet you close each night might not lead to plaster and brick, but to a space just large enough for someone to wait. True horror stories don't need supernatural villains. Sometimes the architecture is enough, and sometimes the walls are thinner than we think. Today, the ruins of the Packard plant still stand in Detroit, massive, silent, and mostly empty. But urban explorers who wander the upper floors sometimes report hearing something strange echoing through the factory at night, metal scraping across concrete, heavy footsteps moving somewhere in the dark, footsteps that stop just before you find them. Because sometimes the scariest thing about abandoned places is not what's gone, it's what might still be there.